High in the coastal mountains of Whistler Bike Park, an ancient migration is underway, resiliently drawn to this environment by instinct, reputation, and the promise of perfectly sculpted descents. Arrive a diverse group of species, mountain bike riders. Hello, I'm Brett Tippie.
Hello, I'm Brett Tippie, and this is the Great Whistler Migration. Above the mountains of Whistler, one member of the free rider species approaches in a slightly more unusual fashion. His migration strategy is unusual, but what fascinates those that study the free rider is his newly learned ability, mimicry. Carefully observing each jump, landing, and berm, he documents their dimensions with remarkable attention to detail. Though, like many males of the species,
way bigger if you count it in millimeters,
there is some evidence he occasionally exaggerates the measurements. These findings are then transported back to his private habitat, where the features are reimagined on a colossal scale. It seems his new powers of mimicry have worked. The clips have gone viral. The sponsors are impressed, and against all odds, the free rider has cheekily bought himself another full year of getting paid to yeet himself off cliffs. Within the mountains of the BC interior, a new talent is growing. Literally, here we find a thriving member of the Grom subspecies. Young, daring, and ever learning. While they appear very capable, they're still dependent on their parents for support, and a shuttle mum is not often far away. Mum attempts to keep up for as long as she can, but she knows it's a futile effort. As part of her maternal instincts, she knows that the long voyage to a place where her offspring can truly thrive is of the most importance. And thus, the migration begins to Whistler Bike Park. Many Groms before him have entered in order to stake their claim in the mountain bike hierarchy. For now, though, this Grom and his mother are just here to learn. Another extraordinary ability of the Grom is his sense of smell. They are uniquely capable of sniffing out particular members of their species anywhere on the mountain. A pro racer has entered the arena. The pro racer is the elite of the elite, an apex predator. They're clearly hailed as the top of the food chain, and for good reason. While their territory is global, they, like all others of their species, make the arduous journey back to Whistler time and time again in order to sharpen their skills. There are other professionals on the mountain today. Here we see a pro free rider. To the untrained eye, the free rider appears nearly identical to the downhill racer. But there is one important distinction. The downhill racer is built for speed, the free rider is not. His frustration is obvious.
Grace,
But the free rider has adapted in other ways, and while this free rider has already made his migration to Whistler, his real challenges lay at home. For this particular free rider is a new category within the species, the big air rider. His habitat is daunting. Despite astronomical odds against him such as construction, weather, and sanity, he has thrived in this inhospitable environment. Thanks to his fortitude, he has learned the art of flight. most others would crumble under the pressure of this prehistoric-sized terrain, this particular free rider's perseverance has allowed him to carve out a whole new avenue. With this, another migration has come to an end in Whistler Bike Park. The struggles and triumphs of another season with the lines carved into its surface. A pause in motion. Until the pull returns once again, and the pilgrimage begins anew. No matter how far they roam, they always seem to find their way back.
Usually after buying new tires.